sampling designs. Dear students, in order to further discuss and explain sampling designs, we need to know a few very important things, particularly regarding our classification of probability and non-probability sampling. Because there are designs which must be known to research scholars in both of our classifications, probability sampling and then non-probability sampling. As discussed earlier, probability sampling is when we have equal chance, equal opportunity of selection for every member of the population, right? To be considered as sample, right? So when this equal opportunity is there, that is called probability sampling. And in some cases, when we do not really need this equal chance or equal opportunity of selection, we go for another, kind of sampling, which is called non-probability sampling, right? Within probability sampling, we have some further, divisions or further classifications, which we should know as research scholars. Number first is the simple probability sampling, right? Or simple random probability sampling. The simple probability sampling is that when we very simply go for this probability sampling, right? And within this sampling, actually, there is the chance that every member may be selected, right? Then another type of probability sampling is called systematic probability sampling. And systematic probability sampling is basically an improved version of simple probability sampling. When systematically this probability sampling is done, right? And certain systems are, adopted in order to select the sample. It may be like when this tossing is there, right? Or when there are certain, ways devised in order to select the sample, right? Systematically, right? And it is actually the point is that no influence or no role of any sample is there in order to get selected, right? So that is systematic. When systematically we create this probability of sampling, right? And then we have stratified sampling. Stratified, as it is clear from the phrase stratified, we actually create stratas, groups, right? And then from various groups, we select a certain number of samples, right? So that is stratified, right? When smaller homogenic groups are created, homogenic on the attributes, on the features of similar homogeneous characteristics, we actually define groups, and then from those groups, from those stratas, we select our samples, right? And then we have another kind of a probability sampling, which is called multiple or double repetitive. Multiple, as it is clear from the name, that this is not one single way of selection, right? This is not one go of selection, rather multiple selections are there. And then double repetitive, when we select on the basis of group representation and then subgroup representation, right? So that probability is created. The point is that we are creating probability. So that is another probability sampling. And then we have this multi-stage probability sampling. The multi-stage probability sampling is that when we actually go for a very comprehensive, right, and a very detailed sampling, and this sampling is done in order to include the possibility of every member, right? So that is multi-stage probability sampling when stages are more than one. Okay, the stages of selection are more than one. Then we have cluster samplings. When we create clusters within groups, then we devise those chunks, and then from chunks, from clusters, we select our samples, right? So that is cluster sampling, right? These are some of the probability sampling techniques. The last one, the cluster one, is basically when this group of population is divided into various units and subgroups, right? And then from those subgroups or units, the samples are taken, right? Then we have non-probability sampling. As earlier mentioned, this non-probability sampling is a design when we are not really focused on giving this equal opportunity or equal chance to our members of the population, right? Because in certain studies, we need not to go for this probability sampling, so we go for non-probability sampling. And with the non-probability sampling, like one type of this design is incidental or accidental, right? It is used for frequently available samples, right, on the basis of their particular cases. And then judgment, when samples are judged and when particular judgments are made, and they are used for the selection of samples, right? Then we have another kind of non-probability sampling, which is called this purposive sampling. Purposive sampling, that according to your purpose, according to your need, right? So you go for purposive sample because there is a particular sample which fulfills your purpose. So that is purposive sampling. And then we have the quota kind of non-probability sampling when a particular class, a particular group, or a particular subunit is given a particular ratio, right? And when there is a large group and there is a small group, but they have been, they are given this equal representation in terms of their quota, right? So we are not considering their size of the group size, but we are considering their possibility of representation. So that is quota sampling. And then there is another kind of sampling which is called chain sampling or snowball sampling. When you select one, and then it's up to that sample who would select the other. So it's like snowball. You create a chain, and this chain is going on, right? So it's a particularly a qualitative nature of sampling when you need information. You locate one, and then the other one is located by that person because the second sample is known to the first one, and the first one knows that what features are similar to them. You don't know as a selecting point, right? So that is chain or snowball. Then we have extreme deviant case or extreme deviant sampling when there are some samples who are extremely in deviant form, right? They are unique cases. So in this case, we go for extreme deviant cases. And then convenience sampling or convenient sampling, that's basically the sampling design when a sample is conveniently available and you go there and select. Similarly, opportunistic, for example, you are going through a bus or a train, you are traveling there, you find a person, he's sitting with you, you start discussing, and you, keeping in mind your research question, you get the information and you collect the data, right? So that is opportunistic. And maximum variation, when in some cases you go for two extremes. Like, for example, you want to select a sample from a class of students, and you want to select your sample from the maximum achiever, the top achiever, and then the lowest performer. So lowest and highest performers are selected. So that is like a form of extreme variation sampling, right? So that's another kind of non-probability sampling. And the last but not the least here is the homogeneous sampling. Homogeneous sampling is that you actually decide, you select various attributes, various features, right? And then you go for samples who fulfill that condition or those conditions. Like, for example, you want to study English language teachers who are female, right? Females teachers of English language. Then you want to go for like English language teachers who are females and who are from a particular region, for example, from FATA, right? Federally Administered Tribal Area. And you may also be adding up some more features for homogeneity, like they may have some disability. So you want to study the case of disabled female English language teachers from FATA. Then you can put some more feature for homogeneity, like disabled female English language teachers from FATA who are trained teachers, who have some diploma or some further, Or you can also put another variable related to age, right? So disabled female English language teachers from FATA, right? Trained teachers and above 50 years of their age. So you create those features, those attributes for homogeneity, and then on the basis of those homogeneity, you go for the selection of your samples. So these are some of the sampling designs, and there are particular points related to each of them, which are carefully decided and which are considered while taking data, collecting data.